Eagle Sessions Training Camp.
Here I am, it's the on-campus kingpin, yes I am.
Eagle Sessions, Gayle Saunders, skinnypost.com, talking the Eagles Patriots first preseason game of the year. Are you not entertained? As I was watching the game, I was pretty geeked at what I saw. The Eagles did lose 22-31. The Patriots did squeak out the win, but it's preseason. If we're going to get excited about the Eagles winning preseason, just look to last year as the Eagles went 4-0 and what happened in the regular season. So preseason, what is it there for? It's there for us to break down some of these players. The teams were going up against vanilla defenses. We didn't really get to see much defense. What we did see was poor tackling. But on a positive note, the offense started out pretty fresh with a 77-yard drive down the field. The Eagles looked pretty decent. Michael Vick hit Avant on a 22-yard route, and then he hit Deshaun Jackson on a pretty 47-yard fade. It was pretty nice to see Vick just flick his wrist. The ball went down the field and just landed right in his hands perfectly. And that is one thing that you love about Michael Vick, is that his skill set, his arm strength is something that you got to be excited about in the Chip Kelly scheme. He's got a strong arm, and that's the one thing I do like about Michael Vick. He can throw the ball, and he can get it there when you need it in a hurry. Now, let's talk about Foles, since there's a Vick-Foles battle going on. The first series that Foles had the ball was pretty rough. He had the fumble. I believe Todd Herman's missed a block, and then Foles tried to get away, and then he just kind of tried to throw it away, but turned into a fumble. And better yet, the tuck rule is no longer in place, and who calls the challenge flag on that? Bill Belichick. Go figure. But Nick Foles did come back in the second series that he played in. I believe it was like a 60-something yard drive. I believe it was 5 for 6, 43 yards, and he even used his legs on a 10-yard scamper. He connected with Bryce Brown on a couple plays. Bryce Brown had 2 catches for about 19 yards, then he had about 20-something yards rushing. I was pretty impressed with Bryce Brown. He showed a lot of effort. He scored on that touchdown, which was pretty awesome. And it was overall the Vic Foles battle is still going on. But from what I've seen so far, I'm still going with Vic. He looks like, if they run the ball like we expect him to, that will definitely keep the ball out of Vic's hands the whole game. You don't want Vic passing over 40 times like he did last season. So the offense, I'm pretty impressed. Now let's talk about the defense. The defense was atrocious. You saw a lot of bad tackling out there, and the Eagles have not tackled all training camp long. And it showed. It definitely showed. When was the last time I saw a running back run up and down the field, zigzagging, was Tecmo Bowl? LeGarrette Blount had over 100 yards rushing on this Eagles offense. And it started off with a bang with Stephen Ridley with this over a 60-yard run opening the game. It was pretty ridiculous. Our guys got caught inside, and it was some pretty good blocking on the Patriots' behalf, but you gotta shut down the run. And what's concerning to me is that I have no idea what the Eagles' defense is all about. I've been trying to do some breakdowns on the Eagles defense and who's going to be what and who's going to be doing what. in the depth chart, like I'm not even sure. The secondary is still a question mark. You have Bradley Fletcher, and then you have Kerry Williams on the outside, and they had Nate Allen starting and Sam Chung out there. But our linebackers, who's gonna play opposite of Barwin, still yet to, it's still up in the air. But Fletcher Cox was making some plays out there, disrupting some things. Michael Kendricks was flying all over the place, but he was also missing a lot of tackles, and he had a lot of tackles that he missed last season. So it was cool to see him fly around, but he's got to wrap up and make tackles. Um, but let's speak a big shout out to Vinny Curry. I mean, that guy was all over the field. He was making some plays. His hands were in the quarterback's face. He had some hustle plays. I saw him come back and make some tackles. Was also impressed with Benny Logan, our third round draft pick. He had some muscle plays out there. Looked pretty good for a rookie. Also, Chung was flying around. I saw that screenplay that he broke up. Brandon Boykin was also flying around. I really think he's going to be a key inside for us for playing the slot, and I think he's played well enough even to challenge to start on the outside. Someone's got to step up in the cornerback position. Fletcher's been a question mark, so I know it's going to be Kerry Williams, but that other cornerback spot is kind of wide open right now for me. But special teams, let's see, Damaris Johnson showed some guts and some speed, and just couldn't outrun that punter. Almost, you got to beat the punter, Damaris. That guy's quick and shifty. You got to love that. If Deshaun Jackson won't be our punt returner, or we need to give him a break, Damaris Johnson is definitely a guy that could just slip right in and be a playmaker. They had a nice down punt, I believe. I think Brandon Boykin had knocked it down. That was pretty cool. Even the punter faking, doing a flop, doing a LeBron James. That was nice. But that's pretty much it for special teams. Moving right along, let's go to the second half, where a lot of the third and fourth stringers were playing. Matt Barkley was kind of rough. He got hot for a little second. Had a rhythm going, but overall wasn't too impressed with Matt Barkley. I was, however, impressed with Dennis Dixon. He showed you a little bit of his athletic ability. Can he keep that fourth roster, the QB roster spot? He potentially could with his ability. Greg Salas is another guy that I was impressed with. I think he had 3 catches on night, had a touchdown with Matt Barkley. They connected, but he was pretty impressive. He's not a super young guy. He's been in the league, I believe, for 3 years, but he's got some playmaking ability, and he can go up and catch the ball, as you saw on one of those plays. I think it was G.J. Kinney, the last one he had caught. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anybody else that I was impressed with. If you guys can think of them, you should let me know. But overall, who were you impressed with out there? And we just got a little glimpse of what our team is. But hopefully they start learning how to tackle. I'm very concerned about the defense. Extremely concerned. But this is Eagle Sessions. Gayle Saunders here. This is just the first preseason game. I'm pretty excited. Hopefully you are. And hopefully you're going to sleep, because it's almost like 12 o'clock now. But anyway, get your rest, Eagles fans. Eagle Sessions. skinnypost.com. Living the dream, not as in Dream Team, but living the dream.